I have crossed that point where, I used to look at every single picture of mine and look at my hands, my waistline, my legs, my thighs, my cheeks, and everything, that what is looking bad, what is not. And now I really think that when I look at a picture, I try and see if it's a nice picture.
She fell, she fought, and in the end, she emerged victorious. This is the woman of today, and she is made of steel. Come and watch how she slays.
Hi, I'm Ritabri Chakraborty. Today I'm on Health Shots and I'm here to share my whole journey that I faced last year with mental health, physical health, and body shaming issues. I hope you like it. Um, I can finally say I'm well now. I had one of the most difficult years. 21 was really hard on me, and I'm pretty sure it was hard on most of us. And we kept on complaining about 2020 when COVID hit, and now I feel we all owe an apology to 2020 given how bad 21 was. But yeah, I guess unless you really hit rock bottom, you don't really know how low you can go and how strong you are to come out of it. So I had two surgeries last year, and physically I was really unwell. I was bedridden. Hospital was like a daily affair for me for the longest period of time, and that really took a toll on me, on my mental health. But at the same time, I would like to say that it also got me a lot grounded and let me deal with issues and feel for people differently. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind. So I had an abscess and a fistula surgery. So a lot of people get it. People are not so comfortable talking about it because it's in a private part of our body. Like I said, like I have been through so many doctors and nurses looking up my ass. I don't mind talking about it anymore. I don't really think there's a part of me that even feels ashamed of the fact that it was somewhere in between my butt cheeks. But I had like a really extreme case of that. Like the infection would come up every other day, and I had to go to the hospital, say like in almost in every 2 days to get the infection out and get a procedure done. It was painful, it was messy, and it definitely did take a toll on my work, my personal life, my mental health for sure. Because at the end of the day, you're a woman. On top of that, I'm an actor. I'm a public face. It was not really comfortable. Someone looking at my private parts every other. Then, no matter how much I told myself that these are doctors, these are professionals, this is their job. They're not looking at it differently. But hello, we are all human. So, and I didn't even realize how much PTSD I had of it. You wouldn't believe it. The whole time I was sick, I was in pain, and I was told not to take stress. I took more stress. I kept on thinking that I'm unwell. If I say no to the work that I'm getting right now, and I'm at the peak of my career, if I lose out on this work, I'll lose the limelight and nobody will want to see me again. So instead of like chilling out, just being on bed and bed rest, I overworked myself. I was finishing a degree from UCLA. I was doing my production work. I was shooting my ads. I shot a film, and I released my own single song. I run a school, so I was also taking care of that. So and there are times I really felt that I should delegate work, or I should really pass it on to someone else, and I wouldn't do it because I was just terrified that if I give my work to someone else, people are going to take away my work. Uh, yeah, so that kept on happening till my second surgery. And I was asked not to take too much stress, not to work out a lot, not to do anything that creates a lot of heat in my body, which will keep on bringing back the infection, which was coming back anyway every other day. And there has to be that 6 months gap between the two surgeries, so I couldn't even rush it. After the second surgery, when I didn't miraculously go back into my old life, which doesn't happen, we put so much expectations. I've seen pregnant ladies, though I have not had a baby, but they put so much expectation that the moment the baby comes out, the life will go back to how it was 9 months ago. It never happens, right? Anything that happens with our body, this is our temple, a huge life change happens, which we don't even realize. So I didn't realize it, neither did I accept it initially, like, that my life will never be the same as it was before. Particularly because of what I've been through, like what I have felt through, what I felt in my heart physically. I am not going to feel the way I used to feel before. This is an evolved version of me. Till I could really let go and accept it, I went through a lot of mental shit post my second surgery. I had PTSD, I had depression, and I kept on fighting it. Then at one point, I had to take antidepressants, therapy. Then a few months later, once I finally accepted it, bam, shit happened. And happens to all of us. And my body has acted differently on it and has done its best. I mean, our body's role is not to just look good and make us look desirable on Instagram. Our body breathes for us, takes us everywhere, like, keeps us alive. And I should be really grateful for the fight it had, and forgive myself for gaining the weight and, like, for everything I've been through. Life became a lot easier. Eventually I got off antidepressants, and now you see me in Dubai. Absolutely. You know what? I have always been somebody who has, stayed really fit, because I had a tendency of, like, because of, my genetics, I had a tendency to look a little on the quote unquote healthier side. So I've always been very cautious, a big fitness freak, as you call it, always on the treadmill doing yoga and, like, putting pictures of abs. I would take a mirror selfie every day to check out what my torso looks like. And even if I would gain this bit of weight, like, and even I could see it, no one else could see it, I would be terrified. I would deprive myself. I would probably, like, not let myself eat something I like for months once I would see that, like, and I was really, really hard on myself and on my body. And now when I look at the pictures of the time when I thought I was quote unquote fat, I want to laugh. Okay. I can't believe at my skinniest self, like, I thought I was fat. And I guess we do that to ourselves, especially we women, because we're continuously trying to cope up with the Photoshop standards of Instagram and magazines and, those fashion edits out there. And being in the industry where, like, everybody's so competitive and you're constantly being told that, like, another actress came in and she has done this and done that, and she has. So it's been like, you literally think of your body as something that is just meant to be carved out like a diamond and brushed up and is just there. It's like a stone to shine. It's not. It's made of flesh and bones. It's a breathing being. It's ever changing. It's supporting us with our needs, and not just with what we eat, how we think, what we put in there, like in here. That has so much role to play in, how we feel about ourselves. And then, my worst fear was actually gaining considerable amount weight where it will show on my body and I won't be able to fit in my small size and extra small size clothes. That happened post the surgeries. Okay. I was bedridden, and because I have been such a fitness freak, whenever you go off the whole gym wagon for like 5-6 months, automatically you start gaining weight, like, especially if you had muscle fat starts piling up on that. So that's just pretty normal. My worst nightmare came true, and I had difficulty coping up with that. Like I said, I went into depression and everything. And then came a point, I'm like, okay, now what? This has happened. My worst nightmare has come true. How do you feel, Dabu? And I'm like, okay, it doesn't feel the best, but it's not the worst of the scenario. Like, I thought it would be end of the world. It's not end of the world. I'm still me. I still feel the thoughts that I feel. I still have the same friends. I still have a family who loves me dearly, who has the same likings, who's kind, who's mother of 76 children. Then what is this huge discrimination I have between me in a L size and me in a small size? I had to let it go. Big time, and it hasn't been easy. But you know what? Now I know this. Like, now I'm going to shoot a film on body positivity about a girl's journey, who is, like, who is comfortable in the size she is. See, as long as you're healthy, I'm not saying that you have to be unhealthy and, like, have weight that is causing your health suffer. I'm not talking about that. But if that's your normal weight, like women with PCOD and so on, genetics, sometimes, maybe it's not as per magazine standard, but that's your healthy way. That's how you look nice, and you should lead your best life. Why it should be led by someone else? Which is why I'm doing this film about this plus size model from a very regular small town who becomes a fashion influencer and owns the body. So That's will be my takeaway from this whole phase, because I don't want to remember it as the time, oh my God, that thing is, I gained so much. I want to remember it as the time that, oh my God, remember the time when I realized what my worth is. And it's not the worth or the tag of mine doesn't come free with my body, it comes with the whole of me. So yeah, that's how I want to remember this. Yeah, kind of, yes. Now I really don't care. Like, I have crossed that point where, like, I used to look at every single picture of mine and look at my hands, my waistline, my legs, my thighs, my cheeks, and everything, that what is looking bad, what is not. And now I really think that when I look at a picture, I try and see if it's a nice picture. If it's something like, and I have also stopped reading all comments, because people are mean. People are nice too, but then people can be really mean, and cyberbullying is like something that's out there. Now, just because it's out there, I don't have to keep on harassing myself. I do, whenever I post something, I read like the first 20, 30 comments. I pin the ones that I really like, which are really kind towards me. Then I move on to the next post. And I think that has really helped me keep my sanity. Because if you go on digging in and seeing what each person is saying, then you kind of harass yourself a lot. You start, even if 10 people are saying like you look wonderful, there will be that one guy who's going to call you a fat cow or something like that. And there you go. Your whole self-image is questionable from an anonymous guy who you don't even know. Okay. So I don't really think that is kind to us, kind to our mental health. Like, if you are really thick-skinned and you can deal with it, that's a different thing. I guess I'm not. I'm very sensitive and I'm a huge empath. I really start thinking like, why does this person feel this way? Why couldn't he be kinder? But I really don't want to put so much of headspace and energy in that anymore. I really want to focus on myself. And I have seen, like, ever since when I have met somebody like after the whole surgery thing, who has not met me say in the last 6-7 months, and they don't know that I have gained weight, and they have seen me. There's this condescending compliment like, you look sweet. And trust me, they'd rather not compliment me than give me a condescending compliment, because I feel good, I look nice, I'm going to shoot this film, and when I want, I'm going to lose, because I'm an actor, I have other roles to play. When I have to look a certain way, I will have to lose the weight, so I will, and at my own time and pace, because my health has been through so much. But now I also know this, even say in future, if I get pregnant, or if I had another health disorder, or if I age and my metabolism slows down and I gain weight, I'll be okay. I wouldn't be thinking like, the worst is come. I saw the worst. It wasn't, like I said, it isn't as bad like I thought. But and that condescending compliment has, like, really makes me feel bad for women who live this life every single day. And I feel like that's just rude. I would never do that to another person. If they look good, I would say they look good. I would not try to find something good in the fact that they have gained weight. Okay, that should not be a defining factor for them. But trust me, you know what? I do not put all the blame on other people too, because the time when I was such a fitness freak, I made sure everybody sees and knows that I have like the most amazing body they can go and look at out there. I made sure. So, a lot of times when I see people getting that surprise, seeing that I have gained weight, I also cut them some slack. I mean, I put that image out there, pushed it right up their nose, like, this is me, this is me, this is me. So the shock might be real. They might not be used to seeing me like this. But the good part is I have become comfortable seeing me however I am. When I went through the depressive phase last year, I really did see comfort in food. I ate a lot of comfort food, left and right, anything that made me feel good. Sometimes I overate, okay, just to feel better. Like when depression happens, I mean, people call sadness depression. That's not it is. Depression is like a whole lot of disease that you can have if you have really hit a rough patch, or if you're genetically, you have a trait of that in some way or the other. I felt hungry all the time, all the freaking time at that point of time. And eventually when I got out, and the antidepressants actually make you hungrier in some cases, most cases, people tend to gain weight once they go on the antidepressant. And once I got off that, honestly, uh, I started feeling better myself. And food wise, also, I again started eating better. I really started thinking that what kind of food makes me feel better when I eat it. And then the answer is never always like, junk food or spicy food or something with a lot of flour, because you feel bloated after eating, or you feel like, not very good, not very energetic, you feel heavy, you sluggish. So then I myself again started picking food like, that makes me feel like I can walk around a lot after this. I can just get up and move, and smaller portions. And I'm not following any diet right now because I really don't want to lose any weight before this film. Okay. I really don't. My metabolism is going back to its normal. And in that only my producer is freaking out. He saw me last week and he was like, we have to shoot this film soon. Okay, we have to shoot this next month. You can't lose any more weight. You won't pass as a plus size model. Okay, so I'm not trying to lose weight, but I like feeling lighter and I eat smaller portions because it just makes me feel like I can do a lot. And I do give in to temptations now. I don't really hold myself, but I have seen when you give in to the temptation, a couple of bites is all you want. You don't want to eat the entire thing always. Like if you're really craving for pizza, you order it, probably you'll stop at 2 triangles. You will not even want the third pizza. But if you feel you can't have it, that deprivation will make you feel like you need to eat 6 of them because कल से नहीं खाऊंगी, 2 हफ्ते तक नहीं खाऊंगी, अगले महीने खाऊंगी, then it's a problem. But if you know that you can have it anytime, then there's no such lack you feel inside to that you have to have it now and this many and this amount. So portion control has been a major role. But other than that, honestly, I've been eating everything and I'm kind of happy about it. Like I don't have to feel sorry for eating a burger. I have not started like I said, my metabolism is actually quite good. So the moment I start properly working out and so I do yoga and I have like a whole flow of things that I do and I use the treadmill. That's what my mantra has been for years. And I also take a normal brisk walk every day outside in the nature. And I know the moment I start all of those, I'm going to lose weight in no time. That's what normally happens to me. Okay. And which is why I have just started the walk. Okay. Because again, after I'm done shooting the film, I don't want all of it to come at me and I don't want to feel overwhelmed. So I've started with the walk. I've started taking one thing out at a time from my diet, which is not that good for me. Like, you won't believe the amount of Maggie I eat. Okay. Not just that I enjoy the taste of it, also the very fact I can just make it at any point, and that gives you a little bit of like एक cup chai bhi bana do aapko, to like there's this whole feeling of empowerment, like I did something of my own and I'm gonna have it. It's a huge comfort food. Now I have again gotten back to the point where I'm trying to make it an occasional thing, like once a week or something, maybe when I enjoy it. So yeah, that's been there, but I have not started on any proper dietary plans or anything because, like I said, I really don't want to lose the weight till the film. Like itna sah liya, so I really would want to keep it till the film. And for the exercise, yeah, I have started walking a lot again. Like right now I'm wearing this skirt and this pretty top, but I'm showing my juta but sports shoes. Sorry for showing my juta, but I just wanted to make a point that because I wanted to stay open to the fact that I'm going to walk a lot today. I didn't wear stilettos or fancy platforms because I was like, let's wear my sports shoes because I'm going to walk and I'm going to enjoy the walking. I don't have to track the walk because I'm not really trying to lose weight out of it. I just want to feel good out of it, And people with mental health issues, exercise has a huge effect on your hormones, which no medicine can ever give you. And by exercise, people imagine themselves in gym clothes, like doing, stuff in the gym. Not necessarily. Like I said, even getting in a walk where you really feel good. You'll feel it inside. किसी को बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. That's sometimes like a blessing if you're mentally down. First and foremost is the hardest. Don't look for validation. If you're going to look for validation elsewhere, you're never going to get it, no matter what form you are in. It's coming from a person who have had like the four-pack washboard abs, and still people thought like, have you gained a little weight in your ass? Or, you look too skinny, aisa lagta hai ki khati nahi ho, like you look skeletal. And then when you've gained weight, like, oh my God, what has happened to you? I have seen both sides of the spectrum. Trust me, you can never please people. You can never get the right validation. When you have the right rack, you don't have, the tiny waistline. When you have the tiny waistline, you don't have the right ass. People are never happy with, how you are. So the validation has to come from within. That what makes you feel comfortable. We all have a concept of how we would like to see ourselves, like, how we like our body, and all our structures are different. Honestly, I can never look like Deepika Padukone because I'm not lean. Jennifer Lopez, I can eat because she has broad shoulders. But yeah, that's what you have to, the validation has to come from within. That's one. So yeah, the second one is whenever you see the mirror, say something nice, anything. Of course, I'm not telling you look at yourself and say like, oh my God, your body looks like Jennifer Lopez today. If you honestly don't feel that. But I'm sure there must be like hundreds of nice things you can tell yourself when you look at the mirror. If not 100, find 2. Like your hair looks nice today. Or I like your eyes. Or I like your shoulders. There must be something you like about yourself and make that a habit. Every time you see the mirror, something nice. Even 1, 2, anything. And eventually, you like that image. Because how we look at ourselves, trust me, people are not looking at us from that perception. Everybody has their own. Yours is the one that matters. And thirdly, this is related to mental health. If you're going through something in your life which has caused depression, a big setback, a health issue, and you find it difficult to leave the bed, and you have never felt more ugly than ever because you feel you don't take care of yourself enough, you don't have the energy to do it, it's okay to give up for something. We as human beings, do seek help, but we as people, we have this, we like to fight. We are all fighters inside and we don't realize it enough. And when you're fighting your fighter inside, it's going to get more tired. So mat karo, let it be. It's not that bad to be in the bed for a couple of weeks, to take time off because you're mentally not fine. It's as bad as being physically sick. If you would have broken a leg, it's the same thing. If you try running with a fractured leg, you'll fracture it further. It's going to pain harder. You have to give it some time to heal and rest before you can go back giving positive statements and telling I'm better than before. It's fine to first lay on your back and say, no, this wasn't fine. I'm not okay with the fact that this happened to me. I'm unhappy about it. It's okay to accept that feeling. Unless you feel it, you cannot pass on to the feeling where you're like, I'm healing from it. The acceptance has to come first. The bias that a woman, especially of the same age, is enemy to another woman's progress, please chuck that idea out. We got to stand in unity and help each other. This idea that women take other women down is somewhere true because it's fed into our system to believe it's true. Like believing that skinny is beautiful and gaining weight is not. So the same way, if we don't let go of that idea, it's not going to leave us. We should really stand in solidarity with each other. Like when I see another actress, even if I'm jealous, sometimes I am, seeing how well they're doing, I still try to find something nice to say. Like, damn, she did well there. God, she got that film. Must be really nice to feel that way. I would also like to feel the same way when I get another film of that sort. She's not taking away my job. There is more work for me and there is work for her too. So nobody is snatching our food, our man, our world if we stand in solidarity with each other.